Hey Ringside crew, welcome to the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. And now here's your host, Joe Panther III.
Hey, hello there, wrestling fans. Don't blind the audience. And welcome to another episode of the internationally known Dudes at Ringside podcast. I am Joe Panther III, and today, Ringside crew, we're in the middle of Women's Wrestling Month. Actually, fans, if you're gonna I'm so happy to have you here. Don't forget to everybody to go like this video and share with all your friends. We want this episode to be the biggest episode of the year. And I have a young lady from Team Vision Dojo. Let's give a warm Dudes at Ringside welcome to the Snake Empress. Welcome to Dudes at Ringside. Welcome.
I'm very glad to be here. Very honored.
Awesome. So, if my internationally known audience is not familiar with you, introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Boa Ali. I am a pro wrestler at the Team Vision Dojo. Do you want me to explain my gimmick too?
Oh yeah. So if I have my fans from the UK and halfway across the globe, if they're not familiar with you and your gimmick, go for it.
Okay. So Boa Ali is basically a snake empress. Like, she loves snakes. She is kind of half snake in her mentality, in her mind. She's half snake. She's also an empress, so she acts a little cocky, like she's prettier than everybody, or she's just better than everybody because she's an empress. And she just also likes snakes. My character is mostly based off of Jake the Snake, but just a little bit more me. That's basically what Boa Ali is.
Awesome. So let's go back. Where was that moment that you knew that professional wrestling was for you? What was the match? What was the first thing you saw as a little kid that you were like, oh my God, I want to be a wrestler?
Well, when I first started watching wrestling, I was at least 6 years old. I would stay past my bedtime to watch Raw with my dad, like all the time. And there's one match I remember that stuck to me that I really, really loved and enjoyed because it was just so fun. It was Undertaker versus AJ Styles. It wasn't in the ring. It was more of like a show. Like, I don't know how to, it looked like it was in a movie. And I was like, that is so cool. And then it turns back to the normal show. It's like, wait a minute. All of this is so awesome. I want to be like that. I want to jump off the top rope. I want to do crazy moves like that. I want to be that main person. And I don't know why. I know why, because I loved it. But I just kept watching it without knowing the reason why I loved it so much. And then I realized, like, now when I was older and my dad was like, hey, you want to join a wrestling school? I got excited because now I realized this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to move past in the world. This is how I'm going to be remembered. And this is how I'm going to enjoy my life, because I've been loving it since I was a kid. And why not love it when I'm an adult?
Yeah, that's totally true. So how long did it take you to find this Team Vision Dojo? Because I'm 41, as I say a billion times. I've watched wrestling since I was a little boy, and I know wrestling. Like, if you want to be a wrestler, you would find it in the little rooms, like chat rooms on Facebook, or like. How long did it take you to find the Team Vision Dojo?
It actually wasn't that hard. I was 13 years old and I was really bad at school, like really bad. Anyway, and my dad was a little worried for me, so he started looking for like wrestling schools because he knew I loved it. So might as well do it, just in case, if I could actually have potential of doing this. And he searched up wrestling schools near me, and Team Vision Dojo was the first one to pop up. He's like, oh, perfect. And then he clicked on it, text him, and say, hey, I want to put me and my daughters in the school, because at first it was me and my sisters. And he was like, how do you guys feel about doing wrestling? And I was like, oh, yay. And yeah, I started when I was 13. And fun fact, I started on Chasen's birthday.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. So You said your sister was supposed to be in the wrestling world with you. Did you ever get anything cross your mind to the snake? Oh God, I just thought about it. See, your sister now, she has to become a wrestler. Joe just thought of a cool name. Snake Sisters. You could have had
That's
Snake Sisters.
that would have been cool. Yeah, they just didn't like it as much.
See, Joe Panther the Third gave you a cool nickname. Now there's no way to use it unless your sister decides to go. Get me in, Dad. I need to go do it now. Joe gave us a nickname.
Yeah, my sisters are doing different things though. They're doing basketball and ones they're doing like martial arts and stuff. But I'm staying with the wrestling because
that's awesome. So you're like, let's go into it. What was the toughest part of the training when you decided to be in the Team Vision Dojo? What was the moment, like the toughest thing you had to do?
Honestly, I was kind of shy because at first I was doing karate and there was kids in there, so I was more comfortable because hey Jackie, there was kids there and I was more comfortable. I was like the most comfortable because there was kids that were younger than me or some of them were the same age, and I was like, okay, cool. But when I joined the dojo, they were all adults. And not only were they adults, but some of them were kind of gothic. And in my 13-year-old head, I'm like, they're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill. But no, the moves like the rolls and the schoolboys and stuff, that wasn't hard. But the hardest part was like overcoming that fear, because like I'm a kid trying to do this with a bunch of adults, and I'm thinking they're like judging me, but honestly, they weren't. I was just overthinking it.
So, what was it like to step through the curtains for the very first time? This time now is you're a wrestler. What was it like for your first match?
My first match, it's been so long. I don't remember much. I just remember the feeling of walking in through those curtains. I was so nervous. I was really nervous. It's like, because I was like, what if I mess up? What am I going to do? What if I mess up? I'm just going to stay still, or am I going to try to do something else? And it just didn't happen. I just had to calm down, take a breather, and I was fine. But I'm pretty sure my first match was with the Foxman and me, Foxman, versus Bella Snow and Chasing Rance. And I didn't really go through a curtain. I came through the crowd. So, but I was still nervous.
It still counts.
Yeah, I think that still counts.
It still counts. So, like, did you like, when did you get your gear, like the stuff you wear now, your gear? How long did it get tongue tied? Snake and a tongue tie. Get it? How long did it take you to get your gear down? Like, did you have gear as soon as you debuted, or did you take a while to get it?
I had the gear when I debuted, but it took me a little while to get it because I didn't know what I wanted. My first gear, I hate it. It's so ugly. But at the time, I thought it looked so good. It was purple and sparkly with yellow snakes and stuff. It was, I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, that was my first gear. But at that time, it was really hard because I had to get the fabric and I didn't know what they got. So I went to Chasen and asked, and then we went to the fabric store and got it. And then we had to find a woman or anyone to like make the gear, and we did find one, but she didn't make it well. So the top was loose and the pants were kind of bad. Yeah, that was my first gear. But now gear is easy because I just go to like a workout store and pick out like a top and bottoms and just put snakes on it, and I'm done. But I do have custom gear that I want to get. Like, I designed it myself, and I think it looks pretty cool, and I want to get it so bad, but I just have to wait.
With you saying you're a big Jake the Snake Roberts fan, have you ever gone and like watched his matches and like seen the way he moves around the ring? And like, if you can also divulge, like, me being an old school wrestling fan, I'm Mr. Old School myself. What's, out of all Jake's matches, would you say would be like your favorite match of his?
My favorite match of his? I can't pick. They're just all so good. They're so good. Everything he does, it was just awesome. But I have to say, my favorite one was with him and Macho Man, only because he let the snake bite him. That was so cool. I was so jealous. I want to do that. I want to get a snake and bite somebody with it. That's my dream. That's
I have to find the video. I'll send it to your dad so you two could watch it. Did you know that there was a whole process behind that whole angle when he bites Macho?
Really?
Yes. Backstage, he actually attacked Macho Man and says, Macho's like, this snake better be defanged, man. He's like, it is. Relax. He's like,
Oh yeah, I've heard about that where he was like, it's okay, and then he like, my dad said he pulled his pants down and let the snake bite him. And I was like, oh, and then Macho was like, oh, okay. I found
Macho Man really wasn't he wasn't a sane man. He was really crazy sometimes. Yeah, another thing with you being such a big fan of Jake, have you ever thought of like looking at some of the gear that he has and like doing like almost like an inspiration, like like not taking from his gear, just taking one like a snake or like a look or like the way his tights looked or his boots looked and try to like make like a tribute gear to like Jake?
I've thought about it, but at the same time, his gear wasn't like as special. It wasn't as unique as others. It was just him and his snake. But I'm a simple girly. That his gear was simple, and I was like, oh, that's cool. It was not too over. It was not overdoing it, but it wasn't bad. It was nice.
Those boots, though, those snake boots.
I love the boots. The boots.
I wonder how.
I actually want to get gear with like snake skin, but like not green or anything, like snake color.
Papa Boa, I think we need to make that happen.
Yeah, but
he's gonna kill me. It's gonna be like, Joe, no.
It has to be fake snake skin though, because I'm not gonna hurt a snake. No
snakes are harmed by making this gear.
No.
You have to tell them no real snake, fake snake. Do you have any like Jake the Snake Roberts like merchandise, like T-shirts or anything?
No, but I wish.
eBay. You can always tell your dad to go on eBay and see if they have anything that's not expensive.
Okay, I'll see if I can remember that.
You could always they sell pops of Jake Roberts also.
Pops?
Yeah, like
Funko Pops.
They have a Jake one.
Oh, I need to find that, but that's probably so expensive. But it's okay. It's okay.
Have you ever played as him in the WWE games? He's in some of those games.
I know. I saw him. My dad was playing it because I don't play video games that much. I'm not a gamer, but I've seen my dad play with somebody. I don't remember who, and he was scrolling through it, and I saw Jake the Snake. I was like, "What? He's in the game!" And I was so happy. I was like too happy. It was kind of embarrassing how happy I was just to see Jake the Snake in a game.
He's a legend. That man, like when it comes to his promos, do you try to take the way he talks to the camera or talks to the audience when he's talking in the mic? When you see him, when you do it like as yourself?
I've actually watched too much of his promos. Like I've watched so much because my dad gives me homework. He's like, watch wrestling shows, watch promos, and I do. And he went up to me and specifically said, "No more Jake the Snake promos." I'm like, okay. Okay. But yeah, I wrote some of his lines down while watching his promos and stuff. I was like, okay, I could use that, but I haven't used any yet because I want to wait for that perfect time where it makes perfect sense to use it. It's actually in my phone, but
phone's dead. Phone's injured right now. Phone's on the DL.
Mm-hmm. It's in the phone hospital.
Yeah.
But I have like a bunch of notes in there that has Jake the Snake promo lines, like too much Jake the Snake promo lines. But I promise one day I will use one. But like
one Jake promo that will never leave my head is the one that saying that it was like a Bible psalm that the snake wanted to get across the water. So he asked the animal to get on his back. And when he got the animal, let the snake on his back to go across the water, halfway across the water, the snake bit the guy and the animal and said, "Never trust a snake."
I've seen that one. That one
That
was
one always freaked me out as a kid because he's looking into the camera like with those Jake the Snake serious eyes. Like,
Jake the Snake was so cool. He's so cool. I'm actually like, I love him. I love him. He's so cool. Everything he does, everything he says it with like intensity, and it makes you freak out. But at the same time, you're like, oh my god, that's so cool.
mm.
He's awesome.
So, like with Team Fitch and Dojo, I know you guys do a lot of shows. Like, how many shows do you guys do a week?
Chasen just changed it because usually it's like before it was every weekend. I'm pretty sure because I remember every weekend. I'm like, there's a show today. But now he at least has at least a week or 2 weeks off before the next show, so we have time to like plan a show, plan a match, plan a show, plan a match. My bad. But yeah.
It's okay. Awesome. So, when it comes to like after the show, and I know you guys usually have to stay back to like take down and take the seats down because you know it's your show. It's been a long Friday. Thursday I was at my work till 7 o'clock. But like, do you guys always have to stay after the show is done to help take everything down?
Well, that depends. If it's at the dojo, then no, we could just leave after the show. But if we like, let's say we go to Tampa, then we have to disassemble the ring. Well, the guys do, because girls don't. We're not allowed to do that. But I do help sometimes. I do help with like the padding and the ropes and the chairs. I'm allowed to do with the chairs.
Chairs are hard to put down and put back up.
For me, they're so fun to do. Like, it's so easy, and it makes me so satisfied when I do it because I make it even.
No, so you're the one that likes to be like, when it comes to row, they're like, let's have Boa do the chairs because she knows how to make it even. Like,
It just satisfies me when I make them even. Because if it's once, like, closer to the ring than the other, I will push it back.
Because you don't make it too close.
I just like it even. It's easier for me.
Yeah. When it comes to like the matches you guys do, is there any match style that you would definitely like you want to do that you haven't done yet?
I kind of want to bleed in a match.
Ooh.
I want to bleed in a match. Like, so bad. I want to bleed. Like, I want somebody to punch me, and like I'll sell, and like, and then blood starts pouring down my face. I'm gonna look so cool. I'll feel cool myself, just feeling the blood gush down my face. I'm like, okay.
Are you ready for that? Because
I'm so ready. I am so ready. The moment I'm allowed to bleed in a match, I will 100% take it.
The wrestler I would definitely want to introduce you to. There is a wrestler named Mickey Knuckles that's a deathmatch wrestler that I would have to send you her Instagram because she's a deathmatch wrestler. She does like the electrified cage matches. She does tables. She does the light tubes. I would have to have you talk to her. She'd be like, girlie, you're too young to do the bloody matches. No, you're a baby. She'll be like, no, not yet. Wait a while. Because she did an electrified match and they threw her against a cage and you can see the smoke coming off her back.
That is so cool.
And she did one scaffold and the guy and girl, both of them, Mickey and her, fell off this thing and they fell through like whatever it was, it exploded. Boom. I was like, Mickey, you got it. Oh, here we go.
Oh. There was this one time in a match where I had to use my little sister to cheat so I could win.
Oh, gee. Here we go. Another question.
What's her favorite? Oh, my favorite match? I think my favorite match was probably with me and Bella. It was like at a convention. It was just the fact that everyone cheered for her and booed for me that I really loved. Because it was like a WWE match, what it felt like to me. Because the baby faces like getting cheered like crazy, and then I go out there like, oh, boo, boo, Boa sucks, Boa sucks. I'm like, yay, boo me. I get so happy when people boo me. That means I'm doing my job.
And of course, like, you're a snake. You don't want to be cheered. You're a snake. Like, what person would cheer a snake? It's like, of course they're gonna boo you. When Jake Roberts loved the boos, he hated being a face. They made him a face, and it's like, don't you ever hear Jake Roberts' heel theme?
What?
You ever hear Jake the Snake Roberts bad guys, his heel theme, his bad guy theme?
I think.
I have to find it after we're done with the podcast. It's like, trust me, do. His theme song with the snake.
His theme song. Oh, I like his theme
His
song.
theme song says "trust me" in the beginning of the song. Yes, it says "trust me, trust."
Is it like low? Because I think I'm deaf. Because I never heard that.
I have to find it. It was his heel theme for a while. I think it was after he had the snake bite Macho, and it would go "trust me, do." Like, it was only for a little bit. It was only when he was a heel. He used the "trust me" song. Oh, here we go. Boom, we have another question in the chat.
My special move, boa constrictor.
Ooh, let's talk about the boa constrictor. What is the boa constrictor?
Boa constrictor is basically where I run. It's like a 619, but instead of going through and hitting their head, they're on their back, and I wrap my arms around their head and my legs around their arm, and I go back. So it's choking them, and it looks cool. Jason introduced me to the move. I was like, okay, that's really cool. I want to do that, and that's been my special move. I do it.
Wow. Cool. That sounds like a cool move. My gosh, who taught you the move?
Jason, my coach.
That's cool. Shout out to Jason, man. You're teaching this girl some awesome moves. Did you ever think that you'd be doing cool moves like this in wrestling?
I've always thought that I wouldn't do much because I'm a little kid, but I'm really glad that I was wrong because now I'm doing so much cooler stuff. I can't bump fully yet because I'm 16, but I'm bumping soon. And I'm so excited because once I bump, I'm doing so much more moves. I'm doing cooler moves, and I'm going to be so cool, so awesome and epic.
Since you're like 16 in the business, so like there's so many like young wrestlers that are out there that I've interviewed. Like, I think I told you, Maddie from England. Do you watch the British wrestling scene or like the scene from different countries to see what they're doing over there to try to see if you can take a move, or like to try to see if you can take a move that's not been used in America yet and try to flip it over here and show your coach?
I haven't thought of that. I only watched like old matches because Jason showed me old matches. And I was like, okay, I might as well watch old matches, steal some of those old people's moves and just give them to myself.
Okay.
Why is Snake Empress? Oh wait, why Snake Empress? My bad.
Yeah.
Just because an Empress is cool. Jason actually gave me the idea because I was gonna be the Snake Queen, but he was like, "What about Empress?" I was like, "Oh, well, that's cooler." So I just became the Snake Empress.
That's cool. I have another question here in the chat. I don't know if I already showed this one.
I want to go against probably. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I stuttered.
You're good. Don't worry.
Probably. Maybe Bella again, only because when I first started, she made me look so good. She made me look experienced. She made me look like a cool epic rookie. And I thank her for that because yay. But yeah, imagine me and Bella going again, like going in a match again, and I'm more experienced, so she doesn't have to carry me through matches. And I'm like, I think that would be cool. Like, I think that'd be cool. But
awesome. I guess we'll be seeing Boa Snow part 2. It's time for the
That
belt.
might be in a while, but I don't know.
You never know. This time for the belt. Have a belt on the line. So, what is it? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I made 3 kids cry in my career. And one mom mad at me. There was one mom that got really mad at me.
Oh, it's wrestling. Come on, it's wrestling. Right after the show, you could always just give the "I'm sorry" here. It's like,
That's what I did. She still got mad at me.
What if it's like? Am I right? It's wrestling. It's after the show. It's always good to say sorry, but then the parents still get mad. Well, it's wrestling. Like, I have people that get mad at me all the time. Oh, you didn't answer my question. Well,
it was back when I was the beauty Boa Ali. Of course, I'm gonna call your daughter ugly. I call everyone ugly.
It's like a TikTok. You're like, of course I'm a boa. I'm making you kid cry. I'm a snake. Snakes.
Oh, I heard of that one.
Yeah, snakes are not gonna make you feel happy. I'm a snake. Can't trust a snake. Never. Jake says, never trust a snake. Yeah. After a show, when you guys are done, you and your family or like the whole crew, is there anywhere you guys go to like eat dinner and stuff like that, or do you pack a dinner after the show?
Well, most of the time, once the show's over, we leave and we go to McDonald's. But my sisters are not there, so we just go to the drive-thru. I call my sisters, like, "What do you want?" And they're like, "Oh, chicken nuggets," or whatever they want. And then we order and go back home and eat.
So you get the Dominic Mysterio, the Dominic Mysterio meal. Nuggies.
No. I don't get that. I mostly get just chicken sandwiches because I like chicken sandwiches. But
if there was a Boa Ali meal at McDonald's, what would be in
it? Probably a spicy chicken sandwich, large fry, and a Coke. That's what I usually get.
And have a Boa Ali cup with you on it with snakes around you.
If you get a Happy Meal, get a Boa Ali toy.
Yeah, it'll be a pop. It'll be a pop of you. We have another one in the chat. This person's on a roll.
Oh. My top supporters, my dad. My dad is my number one supporter. And also my sisters. They're cool.
I have a cool sister too. My sister's my of course I'm a twin, so she's my second hand, and my parents are all my big supporters of the pod. So your dad was telling me beforehand, like yesterday on the phony phone, you're in a tag team with him.
Oh yeah, I was. But like we won the tag titles once and then we lost it right after. Oh. Yeah, it was Beauty and Flavor. That's what the tag team was called.
You got some then I'm amazing.
I regret saying that.
They're gonna be like, they said it on the internet, so it's true. I can see your sister saying, "It's true, dudes at Ringside." Your sister will be like, you'll be like, "I was on Dudes at Ringside." Just, I know they said I was amazing on the podcast, so it's true. I can see it the next day at the dinner table.
They're annoying.
I could see it the next day at the Boa dinner, the breakfast table. They're all going. You're like, "Yeah, I was on Dudes at Ringside," and then your sisters are like, "Yep, you said it was amazing. I expect a nice Christmas and birthday present from you."
They get too many presents from me. They need to back off.
Yeah. So, did you learn anything by being a tag team with your dad?
I learned that it was even more fun when you wrestle with somebody you like, because sometimes you have to wrestle people that you you're not really a fan of, but luckily I've only had that problem once, but that's okay. But yeah, if you wrestle people that you're comfortable with or you just like in general, my bad, you're just the match is gonna be much more fun and much more entertaining to watch. Because if especially with my dad, I remember one match I had to slap him a bunch, and it's my dad. I'm gonna slap it. I was scared slapping him in the face. He's like, if you don't slap me in the face, you're grounded. So on the show, I was like, boom.
You're crying, going, "It's my dad." No.
I was hesitant at first, but at the show, I slapped him hard, like he wanted me to. So yeah,
That's awesome. That's totally awesome. But you're grounded if you don't slap me. That I seriously, StreamYard, please make this into a clip when you at the end of the episode. So in closing, if any of my fans would like to follow you on social media, how can they find you?
you could find me on Instagram. It's Snake Empress _ Boa Ali. I will post more once my phone is fixed because right now it's broken. But I promise, Boa Ali will post more. And I'm thinking of starting a YouTube channel, like a vlog, like how Boa Ali gets ready for a show, or what Boa Ali does when she goes to the gym or something. Just something to like, entertainment. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post what my YouTube channel will look like on my Instagram.
Well, if you need any help with advice on keeping a YouTube channel floating, this channel's been around for 8 years. I will help you out. Just tell your dad to message me. I will text me. I will send information out and let you know how to make the channel float, get views, thumbnails, everything, make everything good. So your channel will be like where I am. I've been around this channel, been on YouTube for 8 years. Doing my Ghostbusters show. This podcast has been around for 4 lovely years. Talking to wrestlers, or as I jokingly say, strangers. Don't talk to strangers. Them on the internet all the time. Just kidding. I don't talk to strangers. Kids, don't talk to strangers.
Yeah, don't. Yeah,
don't talk to strangers, but Joe does it. Just kidding. Before we go, Boa, Miss Boa. We had her on too many times. Just kidding. Love you all. If there was any kids out there in the chat or watching this afterwards or listening to this on Spotify that wanted to get in the business like you, what kind of advice would you have for them?
My advice is just don't be scared. Don't take anything from anybody, because if you really want something, then it's up to you to go get it. Like my dad said, you could take the horse to the water fountain, but you can't force it to drink. And if you really want to become a professional wrestler, you can. You just have to work really hard for it. You have to do whatever it takes to be on top. And it doesn't matter if you lose friends or gain enemies. It doesn't matter, because as long as you're doing you, you'll be fine. That's all I gotta say.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate it. Definitely go give her a follow on all her social medias. Give this video lots of like. Share it on all your social media. We want to make this video the most viewed episode of 2025. Definitely go check in. Do you guys have any other upcoming shows for your promotion? So if anybody wants to buy any tickets.
Oh yeah, there's a show tomorrow. I'm going against Kaylee Harrison.
Ooh, Kaylee.
And yeah, I think it's going to be a really great show. So if you guys want to come to the Team Vision Dojo, you could always follow it on Instagram as well. And just ask Jason, hey, can I get a ticket? And then he'll be like, sure. And yeah.
Or no. You'll be at the no, not you, not you, not you. But I'm here, Joe. I'm sorry. Give me a glass. Oh, Joe, I'm sorry. You can't come in. You don't have glasses on. No one knows who you are now. Broke my glasses. Those are the originals. That wasn't a joke. Your dad would be like, you had to break Joe's glasses. Hey, what's going on, man? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. DJ Inc. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I'm Joe Panther III.
And I'm Boa Ali.
And we will catch you in the next one.